What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about a report that came out earlier this week, and the report stated that 4.5 million Americans quit their jobs in November, and the job openings declined to 10.6 million openings. Now, we also know that restaurants and the healthcare workers, they were responsible for most of the people quitting. And across the United States, almost all industries and all industry leaders have stated that they can't get workers into the door fast enough to account for the amount of workers that are leaving. But why is this? That's the important thing that we need to know. And I want to address what's going on so that you can stay updated and you can be informed of what to look out for and what to be prepared for in the future. So here's what I can tell you. According to reports from the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, and even CNBC, they all state that the American worker has changed their philosophy about what constitutes a good job. Now, let me just ask you this, and you can actually answer this down in the comment section below. But what in your eyes constitutes a good job? Let me know, because I'm very curious. But here's what I can tell you. According to these reports, what many people are looking for is a higher salary. And I want to read you this thing. From Insider, they're saying a new study says knowledge is money. If workers knew how much they could make elsewhere, even more would quit their jobs, and low-wage roles would be forced to pay more. I want to read you that because that came out today. This is, after earlier this week, the report came out that people were quitting their jobs. But why? Now, some say it's all about the higher salary. Others say insurance benefits and retirement benefits, these play a major factor, and these are at the top of their list as why they would choose one job over another. Others actually stated that time off per year is a huge factor, and about 30% of people say they want to see a roadmap for advancement, and that is key to their, and pretty much a priority for their future. But again, let me ask you this. If you've quit your job ever in your life, what was the main reason for this? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, I'll start this off. I have quit jobs in the past. One, I quit because I wasn't making enough money. One, I quit because I was being asked to do too much and wasn't being compensated for it, which eventually came down to money. The next one I quit because there was really no advancement. I pretty much came in at the top of that business, which isn't normal, but I did. And so there was no advancement, so I quit. So that was the reasons why I've quit. But now, I want to read you what some of these reports are indicating. Because reports indicate lately that right now, okay, one of the things that you need to understand is that the reason why so many people are quitting is because there's actually a mismatch of skills. However, there's also a misalignment when it comes to why people are coming into some of these different businesses and industries. There's a misalignment when it comes to what workers actually want and what the employers want as well. Now, I want to read you this. This is from, this is just a huge stat. But look at this. 91% of employers prefer their candidate to have work experience. But here's the issue with this. They don't want to pay accordingly. Just because a worker has experience doesn't mean they're going to come into a new job and take the minimum wage that you're willing to offer. That's not the way it works. I've seen articles from Jeff Bezos, Mark Cuban, and even Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, and they have all stated that this isn't all about a mismatch in skills. Sometimes it's about finding the right person at the proper time in their life for a specific job. And that makes 100% perfect sense. Right now, when we're seeing a lack of childcare, schools in some cases aren't even open 100%. The issue right now is, can a person, a parent, a mom or dad, come in, take on a job and take on the responsibility when at the same time they have to worry about their family as well. Worry about their well-being, worry about their children in school, childcare, and all those things. And so right now, millions of Americans, they want to work from home. And this is where the philosophy and the mindset has shifted. Right now, millions of Americans, they want to work from home. They want the ability to work when they want to. And at the same time, most want to be paid much more than they have been paid in the past. And this is creating a mismatch in ideas. And so that's causing many issues because according to multiple reports, 1 in about 7 people that apply for a job get actually called in. And in 2021, 118 people on average applied for one job. One person would get it, but 118 would apply. That's insane. That is completely insane. And I say this because we are still seeing millions and millions of open positions. Now, I want to bring up a very scary statistic. Out of every 5 tradesmen that are retiring right now or very soon, there are only 2 that are going to be replacing them. This means that in skilled trades like electricians, plumbers, painters, there's dental hygienists, elevator repairmen, even an aircraft mechanic, skilled trades. All these people are going to have to pretty much take on more work, take on more jobs in order to address the problems that we're going to be having because we're going to see a shortage of skilled workers. But at the same time, these people must be compensated for taking on additional responsibilities, and that's putting the pressure on the employer, the business. And it's because of this, every single American will feel the consequences of millions of people quitting their jobs in the coming future. And this is something that we need to consider. Now, the problem is that nobody knows what's considered a better job, what's considered a good job. And what actually constitutes a good job, according to Indeed, let me show you this. According to Indeed, while good jobs are different for every person, they typically share some common attributes. And it's key right here. These jobs pay well, provide security, and make you feel proud of your work. Now, I wanted to address that because of one thing. It pays well, provides security, and makes you feel proud of your work. Out of those 3 things, the majority of Americans want one. It pays well. Because here's what we know. If you have a job and you think you are secure, you are not. At any given moment, the company can lay you off for whatever reason. You don't show up, you're late, you made a mistake, they can let you go. Let's say they don't have enough money coming in. Their expenses are too high. Their profits are too low. So they have to shift it. How do you do it? The number one thing you can do is lay off employees. That's a company's busiest, their pretty much biggest expense is to lay off employees. That will mean they will be profitable instantly. So what I can tell you is because it provides security, that's a false sense of hope. That it makes you feel proud of your work. I know a lot of people that do not love what they do, absolutely hate what they do, but the money's great, so they continue to do it. Me personally, I would want to love what I do. One of the reasons why I continue to create YouTube videos and do stuff like this, I absolutely love it. I'm doing the research anyway for investments that I'm doing and other businesses that I run. So at the same time, it's something that I do. But I do it because I love it. I love what I do. I love doing this research and provide these updates to you guys almost every single day. But here's what I can tell you. What constitutes a good job? This is going to fall on the shoulders of the individual and their desires, their wants. It falls on a school guidance counselor to help put the person in the right, put them on the right path. Do they need to go to college or not? This falls on educators and parents. Every person's different, which means not every job will be the right fit for each individual person at that specific day and time. Again, it goes back to, there's a lot of different factors. But here's one of the things that has been hammered into many Americans ever since we were little, ever since we were, started going to school, is that we must go to college to be successful. But is it better to go to college or not? Well, I looked into this. Here's what one article had to say online. I typed in, should I go to college? Here's the first thing that popped up. Is it better to go to college or not to go? And it says, numerous studies have shown that college graduates have far better financial and job prospects than those who don't attend college. What's more, few people regret going to college despite the tremendous amount of student debt and the less than ideal economy. Now, I want to touch on that for just a second, mainly because it is saying that few people regret going to college despite the tremendous amount of student debt. This is 100% false. 100% false. And I say this because I've talked to many people that have gone to college, and you guys can answer this in the comment section below. Do you regret going to college because either A, you're not using your college degree, or B, you are not making what they said you would make? This is the number one reason why people regret going to college, is because they go into a specific field, which they are being told you're going to make six figures on day one. You're going to start making $100,000 more per year. Well, then they go into that field and it's, oh, well, you can get there. It's going to take you like 8 to 10 years because we're only starting you at $45,000. Well, you were lied to. And yet it's too late because you already went to college. You already racked up, $100,000, $200,000 in student debt, and yet you got to still pay it off. But that's not the case. We do not have to go to college. Some jobs out there don't require a college education, yet they can still bring in more than $100,000 per year. Now, what you're going to see, millennials are going to be looking at working from home. Baby boomers, right? Retiring. A lot of them aren't working. But here's the issue. There's a huge gap. There's a huge, mindset shift in many cases. And that's creating a problem. Because some people want to work from home. Some people want to work online. Some people want to be famous on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. And that's their dream. But this is what's causing more people to quit. Then the other issue is, a lot of people invested into stocks and cryptocurrencies over the past couple of years. Well, what happened to stocks and cryptocurrencies recently? They shot up. And as the values shot up, many people sold. Some people didn't. They were diming handing their cryptocurrencies and stocks, and some people are regretting it now, but others, they sold when it was at its peak and they cashed out, and now they're willing to take that money, take their investment, and live off of it for however many years. So that's another thing that we need to look into, is how many people are going to live off their profits from their cryptocurrency sales and their stock investments. That's big, because I know a lot of people are willing to do that. So what I can tell you is, we're not done. We're going to continue to see more and more Americans quit their jobs in search for something better. But what constitutes a better job? That we just don't know. So, as always, I will be here every step of the way. I will keep you updated on what's going on, why Americans are quitting, and what we could potentially be looking at in the near future. So again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.